Dark Shadows, number 15, BTR 11367, Air 12067, take one.
My name is Victoria Winters. The flames in the fireplace at Collinwood blazed fiercely as a painting was consumed by fire. But no one at Collinwood can explain the unearthly scream that filled the great house. Mr. Evans is gone.
Well, I'm grateful for small favors.
He was very disturbed.
Vicky, you are the master of the understatement.
That scream, where could it have come from?
I don't know. Just wonder if we really heard it.
It was a woman's scream.
It seems to have come from the fireplace of all ridiculous places.
Yes, he threw that painting in. It started to burn, and that's when we heard it.
Oh, I don't think it was a scream at all.
What was it?
We were just carried away with the hysteria of the moment.
We all heard it. What was it if it wasn't a scream?
We were all looking at the fireplace. It was probably the wind blowing in the chimney.
Perhaps.
Well, it couldn't have been a scream. There's just got to be a logical answer for it, that's all.
Then what is the logical answer for David's face being painted into that picture?
I'm sick of hearing about that painting, Vicky.
We all are.
Well, the best thing we can do about it is forget it.
We can't.
Well, I can, and I will.
That's your privilege. But there are too many questions left unanswered and too much to be faced.
All right, then. You face it, and when you get the answers, you let me know.
There's something you're going to have to face in a little while.
What is it?
David.
Oh, yes.
He's got to be told about that painting.
Well, he'll be told.
What are you going to tell him?
I don't know. I'll make it up as I go along.
You've got to prepare something.
Vicky, it isn't necessary for you to tell me how to deal with my own son.
He's going to want to know about everything.
I'll tell him what he needs to know.
Tell about what?
Oh, hello, Liz.
Hello, Mrs. Stoddard.
We were just debating how much of this nonsense to tell David. All of it or half of it?
What nonsense are you referring to?
Where have you been?
Walking around the grounds?
Well, you missed the fireworks.
Fireworks?
I mean that literally. I decided that the time had come to destroy the painting, the ashes of which lie yonder.
You burnt it?
It had to be done, Liz.
Oh, I agree, but what made you do it?
A series of circumstances which unfortunately had gone too far.
What do you mean?
Oh, I tried getting that thing out of my head, and every time I talk about it, I hope it's the last time.
Will there ever be a last time?
Yes.
What makes you so certain?
Well, the painting is done with, and as soon as we can get it out of David's mind, then it's finished.
Is that why you did it?
Basically.
I think Mrs. Stoddard should be told everything.
Everything?
Vicky, I know how to deal with this. I know what to tell her.
All right. Excuse me. I want to check on David's dinner.
Vicky is referring to a little incident that happened a short while ago. Sam Evans gave us the pleasure of his company.
To present us with another painting?
No, he wanted to see the one he had done of Laura. Oh, it all sounds so phony to me. He claimed that he had a feeling that the painting had been finished. And the curious part of it was that it was finished. The empty space had been filled in.
What was there?
David.
I don't understand.
The last time we saw that painting, there were two people in it, Laura and David.
Did Sam paint it in?
He says he didn't.
Well, did he have access to it?
Not that I know of.
Well, then,
All I know is that sometime between this morning and this evening, the painting was finished.
but I would have known if there was anyone in the house.
All right. But the painting was completed. We may find out who did it, and we may never know. As far as I'm concerned, it couldn't matter less. It's just another question mark about things that go on around here.
Doesn't it bother you that there was a painting of your wife and your son burning in a fire?
Why should it? It was only a painting.
Well, as much as I wanted to be rid of it, I think you made a mistake.
Oh, did I really? Everybody hated the painting and did nothing about it. It was a thorn in everybody's side, and I removed it.
You haven't taken David's reaction into consideration.
David is not the judge of what is good or bad for him. That is my responsibility.
Then I hope you're prepared to deal with him, because I don't think he's going to take it easily.
My painting! My painting!
David has got to learn that life isn't always going to go just the way he wants it to.
There are ways of teaching him other than destroying an object he had strong feelings about.
Toss him in the water, I'll say. He'll either sink or swim.
The possibility of his sinking is much too strong, I'm afraid.
Where's my painting?
Well, here it comes.
You better deal with him carefully.
Where is it?
David, what do you mean running through the house like this?
My painting's gone.
Now listen, you're all excited. Just calm down.
Where is it? I want it!
David, if you're going to talk to me, you should change your tone, young man.
You took it.
Now listen, there are some things that you have to understand.
Give it to me. It's mine.
I want you to listen to me, David, very carefully.
I don't want to listen.
If you want to find out about that painting, you'll have to listen.
Then you did take it.
David, it has nothing to do with taking. It has to do with what's right, what's good, and what's bad. That painting is definitely bad.
I want it.
You have had the worst possible dreams, and your behavior has been very peculiar since that painting came into this house, and the time has come for it to stop.
I don't want it to stop. The painting is trying to tell me something. Last night I almost knew what it was trying to say. Now tonight I know I'll know. That's why you've got to give it back.
I can't, David.
You better give it back.
Now, David.
I won't have you threaten me, young man.
What did you do with it?
The painting has been permanently gotten rid of.
What do you mean?
I had to destroy it, David.
Destroy it?
It had to be done.
No. No.
David.
You burned it.
Oh, yes. How did you know?
You burned it. Burned it.
How did you know that I did?
My painting.
Don't get too close.
My painting. It's all burned up. No, I'll never see it again. There isn't anything left of it. No, I won't know what it was trying to tell me.
I'll be glad when you get that notion out of your head.
Everyone's against me. Nobody wanted me to have that painting. Nobody wants me to have it now. You all hate me. You hate me!
David.
What's the matter?
You just found out about the painting. You better go upstairs and try to calm him down.
I will.
Well, you certainly dealt deftly with him.
Well, I was very direct, I admit. Well, it's all part of the growing up process. He's got to learn that sooner or later. This was the first step.
You really don't seem to care what you say to him, how much you hurt him, how much you alienate him.
That's why I'm so sure he'd be much better off with his mother.
Are you?
Absolutely.
Well, let me tell you something. I can see right through your little campaign of giving David to Laura, but I won't let you do it. The child is frightened of her, and I've had enough of her and her air of mystery that surrounds her. Someone must tell her that she can't see David anymore.
Don't do that, Liz.
Well, I'm going to do it, right now.
David. David.
What do you want?
I want you to stop crying.
Leave me alone.
David, I'm sorry about the painting.
Sure.
I mean it, I am.
You let my father throw it in the fireplace.
I can't tell your father what not to do.
Why does everybody want to take everything away from me?
That's not true. Everybody wants what's best for you.
I don't believe you.
You must.
You gave me the painting. Then you tried to take it away. I don't understand.
I don't either.
It's because you're against me, too.
David, don't say that.
It's true, you are.
Liz,
Hello, Laura.
come in.
Thank you.
It's nice to see you. I don't often have visitors.
I suppose it is a bit lonely here for you.
Well, I don't mind. Actually, I'm used to being alone. And perhaps things will be different in the near future.
That's hard to say. I wouldn't want to predict.
Liz, I'm sorry we're not getting along. I know you've always had a strong feeling against me. I wish I knew some way to change it.
I wish I knew, too, honestly. But I'm sure you wouldn't want me to be a hypocrite and assume an attitude I didn't feel.
Of course not. You've always been straightforward. It would be silly for you to change now. Well, won't you take off your coat and sit down?
No, thank you.
Well, can I fix you something?
Well, I'll only be a minute.
I have the feeling that you're about to say something unpleasant.
I wish I didn't have to. I wish I could say something to make you happy. I think you deserve it.
Well, then I assume you've come to reaffirm your position of the other night, that David and I are making no progress.
I'm going to go farther than that. I'm convinced that your coming back here was a terrible mistake. David's behavior is like something we've never seen before, and it's all centered around you.
Well, I'm certain it's going to work out. This is just a temporary stage he's going through. He's affected by many little things, but my presence here can only show him that his life can change.
His life has changed, for the worse. He has constant nightmares. He's retreating more and more from reality. And there's no doubt in my mind it's because of your presence here. So I don't think you should see him anymore.
That's a very strong statement to make.
I don't like making it, but I've given it a lot of thought.
You think you have the right to say a thing like that?
Yes.
Well, I don't. I'm his mother.
Regardless of the relationship, he doesn't want to be with you. Isn't that enough?
No. I haven't had enough time with him. I need more time.
He doesn't want to be with you, and I should think you should stay away from him.
I'll never learn to know him that way. I've got to talk to him.
That wouldn't be advisable. He's particularly upset tonight.
Why?
Because the painting was destroyed.
Destroyed?
Yes. Roger finally lost his patience and threw it in the fireplace.
Well, then it's more important than ever that I should see him. That painting was the one obstacle standing in my path, and now it's been removed.
I'm afraid it won't work. It's best that you leave him alone. Give him more time.
Time is not an easy thing to give.
You'll have to wait.
I can't.
I insist.
Do you?
Yes.
Then we'll see which of us will be the timekeeper.
You won't have to stay here.
I want to.
Are you afraid I'll have the bad dream again?
I wasn't even thinking of that. I thought I'd just stay here until you fell asleep.
I just wish you wouldn't.
Why not?
Because I don't feel like having somebody... I don't need to be watched over.
I thought you might want to talk.
I don't. All I wish I could do was look at my painting.
David, you've got to forget about that painting.
But I can't.
You will in time.
I'll always remember it.
Perhaps. But for now, why don't you close your eyes?
Oh, but
Come
I don't-
on.
Oh, okay.
Close your eyes. Before you know it, you'll be sound asleep.
Miss Winters? Do you remember the story my mother told me the other night?
The one about the phoenix.
Yes.
What about it?
Well, if I close my eyes and try to go to sleep, would you tell it to me?
I don't know all of it.
Well, just tell me whatever you know.
All right. Let's see. Once upon a time, in a sunny land, there lived a magnificent bird called the phoenix. Every day, it would soar high over the countryside. But one day, it knew it was going to die. So it built a nest of spices in the finest tree it could find and spent one last night there. The next morning, the sun's rays warmed the nest, and the phoenix fanned the heat with its wings into enormous flames.
Did you see Laura?
Yes?
What was the outcome?
The outcome will be determined
How?
by which one of us is the stronger.
Sounds like you ladies squared off.
Possibly.
That should have been something to see.
I'm glad you're taking it so lightly. Your wife and your son are the problem. And you're ducking the issue just like you duck everything else.
You're very vindictive tonight.
I told Laura she couldn't see David anymore.
Well, that's pretty drastic.
It's the best I can do for now. If she doesn't stop seeing him, I'll have to go further.
I see. Oh, Vicky, have you calmed David down?
He's asleep.
Well, let's hope he sleeps through the night.
I think he's used up all of his tears.
Well, my concern is he doesn't have to shed any more. David must be protected.
David, I'm here, David. I've come to you. David, you're crying.
Who's there?
It's Mother. Why are you crying?
They took my painting away.
I don't like to see you so sad.
I shouldn't have done that.
Here, dry your eyes.
Thank you.
You keep it, in case you have to cry again.
I won't cry.
I've missed you these last few days.
I've been very busy.
Well, we'll make up for it.
Yes, I guess we will.
We'll spend more time together.
Sure.
I'll never leave you alone, David. I'll take you with me.
Are you going away?
Well, perhaps I might have to go. But I'll never leave without you.
That's good. Mother! Mother?
Step into the time tunnel and share fantastic adventures with time travelers Tony and Doug. The drama starts tonight at 8, 7 o'clock Central Time, in color right after The Green Hornet on ABC. Dark Shadows is a Dan Curtis production.